Hello everyone. Today we are going to study about cell membrane. Cell membrane is present in all the living organisms cell. It is the outermost boundary in animal cell, and in plant cell it surrounds protoplasm and has cell wall around it. Singer and Nicolson proposed the fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane. Why is it called fluid mosaic model? We will see it later. First of all, we should study about its structure. Here in this picture, you can see this is a cell and this marked one is the cell membrane, and this is the elaborated picture of cell membrane and its components. So first of all, this yellow color, this portion is made up of phospholipid. Phospholipid, yes. And this phospholipid is arranged into two layers. That's why it is called phospholipid bilayer. So here in this picture you can see this one is the head and it is hydrophilic head, and these two are hydrophobic tail. As it is hydrophilic head, it is towards the surface, means outside, and tail are buried inside like this. This is the head, this is the tail, and again like this. So these are the phospholipid bilayer, and it is arranged somewhat like this. Here in this picture you can see it very well. So now we will see other components in detail. So this is the phospholipid bilayer. Its polar head or hydrophilic head is towards the surface, and this one is the protein channel or transport protein, right? If some molecule or ion is to cross the membrane, then it will move from this protein channel. That's why it is called transport protein. Another are the globular proteins. Here this is the globular protein, this one is also a globular protein, these two are the globular protein. So these two are present on the surface, externally integrated, externally attached to the surface or incorporated into the surface of the phospholipid bilayer. That's why it is known as extrinsic protein or external protein, whereas this globular protein is integrated here across the two layers of phospholipid. That's why it is called integral protein. And another protein is this one. This one is the fibrous protein. So globular protein, globular protein, fibrous protein. It is named so because of its structure, right? Globular, you can understand its simple ball, okay, spherical ball like structure are the globular protein, and fibrous means fibers. You might have seen fibers of wool, hair are good example of fibrous protein. So these are fibrous proteins and globular proteins. Extrinsic and intrinsic protein is categorized on the basis of its position in the plasma membrane. Then other is the cholesterol in animal cells. Usually cholesterol are found here in this green color. You can see it clearly. These are the cholesterol, right? And next will be the carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is present on the surface, this in bluish color. It may be associated with a protein like this. If it is associated with the protein, it is called glycoprotein. And if it is associated with the lipid, then it will be called as glycolipid. Sorry. If it is associated with a protein, it will be called as glycoprotein, and if it is associated or linked with the lipid, then it is called as glycolipid. So now it is clear that a plasma membrane is made up of phospholipid bilayer, proteins and carbohydrates, as well as cholesterol in the animal cell. And this kind of arrangement is present in almost all the membranes of the cell as well as cell organelle usually. And it is also present in the plant cell, animal cell, bacterial cell with few modifications, right? So this is all about the fluid mosaic model given by Singer and Nicolson, and it is mostly accepted structure of plasma membrane. Now we will see why the model is called fluid mosaic model. It is called fluid because this lipid bilayer shows some movement, right, and shifting. So first of all, rotational motion. So it will rotate on its axis. Then lateral movement means this may shift to this or this may shift to this. Laterally means it can exchange the positions, right? And very few time it can show flip-flop movement or transverse movement, that is from one layer to another layer. It happens very rarely. In rare case it may show this kind of movement, that is this phospholipid can come to this position and this can move to this position or likewise. So these are the movements shown by the lipid molecule in the plasma membrane. Similarly, proteins also shows motions, and this is because it shows the property of fluid, and this is essential also because it needs many of the molecules to transport from the cytoplasm to outside and from outside the cell to its inside cytoplasm. So this kind of property is needed. In animal cells, cholesterol deposition or cholesterol limits the fluidity of the membrane, right? Now it is clear that why this model is called as fluid mosaic model, right?